Hello and welcome to On the Couch, a weekly video series where we speak to mental health professionals about issues that affect us as men and women. My name is Tracie Rogers. Today I have with me counseling psychologist Trishsanna Poyah-Rasul, and we'll be talking today about anxiety.
Yes.
And let's set this up. We're talking about anxiety. We're in the month of December. Oftentimes around this time of year, we know when we're getting together with family members, when we're preparing for the Christmas season, anxiety could really be triggered very easily.
Yes.
So today's show, we want to talk about how to deal with anxiety, specifically around the Christmas time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first thing about anxiety is that around Christmas time, there are a lot of expectations that we place on ourselves,
Yeah.
or that we think that others place on us. So it's expectations of others, expectations that we have to be a certain way, that we have to do a certain thing, financial expectations as well. And as you know, we recently had the floods here in Trinidad and Tobago, so not everybody is able to, be as generous as they can be, or as they used to be this year.
Sometimes when I think about Christmas time, it almost is performative. You're
Yes.
expected to be happy. You're expected to love it to begin with. And not
Yes.
everybody's crazy about Christmas,
Of
because it
course.
might be tied to childhood memories that we're not that happy. And
Exactly.
some of us are very easily triggered, but you're expected to perform and be a certain way. Your house is expected to look a certain way.
Yes.
So when you talk about expectations, that really resonates with me. So I feel all this coming up, and it shows up as anxiety.
Yes.
Just for our viewers, how would you define anxiety?
Well, one of the things that resonated with me actually, that I read recently, is anxiety is on hyperfocus on the future.
Hyperfocus.
Yes. So it's all of the expectations that bring about some physical symptoms that really affect our functioning on a day-to-day basis, right? So some of the symptoms would look like wanting to avoid certain situations, or feeling heart palpitations, panic as well, feeling as though we're hot, we're wobbly, or we're a bit shaky. So that is what anxiety presents like.
And it's moving from the inside out. So
Yes.
from our thoughts, from our expectations, from our anticipations of what will happen.
Yes.
So one of the things about anxiety is that it really is not about being in the here and now, but almost getting panicky, getting nervous, getting worried,
Yes.
feeling worried about something to come.
Yes, and of course around Christmas time that worry is heightened.
Yes.
Yeah, because we place a lot of expectations that we have to be a certain way on ourselves.
So how do we start to manage that? So there's a person watching this video series today, and they're saying, oh my gosh, that really resonates with me. I'm feeling this way. What do I do? How do I begin?
Well, the first thing is to manage the expectations that you place on yourselves, because remember, these expectations are things that we think that we have to be, these things we have to do at this time of the year. So it's about evaluating those thoughts. We call them negative automatic thoughts, right? Evaluating them and saying, okay, what is the evidence to support that I have to be this way?
Yes.
What is the evidence to support that maybe I don't have to be this way? I don't have to do these things. I don't have to spend this much money at this point in time.
I don't have to have people over if
I don't have to have people over. Or maybe if I want people over, instead of having a big get-together, we do a small one.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's about facing those cultural expectations.
Yes.
Like, especially in our country, we have this expectation that people are allowed to parent your house and just come.
Exactly.
And they reach and you have to present.
Yeah.
But being able to put down boundaries and say,
Yes.
you know what? No, this is not what I want. I want these people here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, that's a very important one around this time for managing anxiety as well. And it doesn't mean that you have to say no to everything. It might mean saying no to a few. And I guess in order to make yourself feel better, sandwich that no between two yeses. So I say yes to one, no to another one, and maybe yes to another one. So it doesn't feel as though I'm totally isolating myself from everyone else.
So this sense that I am taking control of my situation instead instead of
Yes.
having the situation and the season take control of me.
Exactly. And of course, the third one I want to mention, and as we mentioned before, is being a bit mindful. So taking time to be in the present, be in the here and now. You know, even if it means taking some time for meditation or taking some me time where I can just sit down, have a cup of coffee, cover up in my bed for a minute and just focus on the present.
Yeah.
And as well, enjoying the good times with the family, being present when you do engage in the good times with the, you know, the social activities.
So before we go, there's one thing I want to touch on. Like, you know, we are giving you some things that you can use to definitely start to deal with anxiety and move forward. And there's a way in which sometimes we can even say, you know what, I'm feeling anxiety. I go on the internet, I Google it, and now I'm trying to fix myself.
Yes.
But it's important to know when you need help.
Yes.
And anxiety can become debilitating, meaning that it can prevent us from functioning at even a bare minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the important with their functioning. When our avoidance prevents us from functioning as we usually would. When our panic or our hyper-focus on the future prevents us from functioning as we usually would. And we would know because other people would tell us, and we would recognize it within ourselves. And I think that's the point where we can say, okay, I need help. I need to talk to someone, a professional who can help me get through this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you find that you're constantly triggered at Christmas, there might be something there that we need to work on.
Yes.
Feelings tend to pile up. You know, the years pass by and the things that have really struck us, that hurt us, get buried deeper and deeper and deeper in piles
Yes.
of feelings and anxiety. So it's important to know when I need to reach out for help. Thank you so much, Trishsanna. Thank you for joining us on The Couch. We hope that these messages that we're sending to you are really powerful, that it helps you to manage anxiety that might arise for you during this Christmas period. Again, if you need to reach out for help because you notice that something's going on and I can't manage it, it is important to reach out for professional help. And you can reach out to us here at Wholeness and Wellness Counseling Services. The number is on your screen. We wish you the best. Have a good Christmas season. Thank you for joining us.